Hello and welcome. In this math tutorial, we have an exponential equation. And when you look at this equation, you will see that the exponent on both of these terms is the same. That is 1 plus log to base 3 of x. So, of course, we are going to start this solution with a substitution. Let d be equal to 1 plus log to base 3 of x. And with this substitution, the original equation becomes 9 to the power d minus 3 to the power d is equal to 210. But remember that 9 is equal to 3 squared. So we can write this as 3 squared to the power d minus 3 to the power d is equal to 210. And of course, you know that we can interchange these two powers. When we do that, this equation becomes 3 to the power d squared minus 3 to the power d is equal to 210. At this point, we have to do another substitution. So, let 3 to the power d be equal to u. Now, with this substitution, this equation becomes u squared minus u is equal to 210. Of course, you know that this is a quadratic equation. Rearranging this equation, we have that u squared minus u minus 210 is equal to 0. We can factorize this equation. All we have to do is to find the factors of minus 210 that add up to minus 1. We have minus 15 and plus 14, because minus 15 times plus 14 is equal to minus 210, and minus 15 plus 14 is equal to minus 1. So that means that we can factorize this equation as u minus 15 multiplied by u plus 14 is equal to 0. And of course, when we have a statement like this, it simply means that either u minus 15 is equal to 0, in which case u is equal to 15, or u plus 14 is equal to 0, in which case u is equal to minus 14. Now let us go back to this substitution. We have that 3 to the power d is equal to u, and we have found that u is equal to 15 or minus 14. So this is equal to 15 or minus 14. But we know that when d is real, 3 to the power d can never be equal to minus 14. So this result is unacceptable. And we have that 3 to the power d is equal to 15. To solve this equation, what we do is to take log of both sides of the equation. When we do that, we have that log 3 to the power d is equal to log 15. The next thing we are going to do is to apply the power rule to the left-hand side of this equation. That is to bring down the exponent of 3 to become a multiplier of this log term. So we have that d times log 3 is equal to log 15. And of course, the next thing we are going to do is to divide both sides of this equation by log 3. When we do that, we have that d is equal to log 15 divided by log 3. But of course, we know that 15 is equal to 3 times 5. So this is d is equal to log 3 times 5 divided by log 3. And of course, let us remember that when we have log a times b, this is equal to log a plus log b. So the numerator in this fraction can be written as log 3 plus log 5. And of course, we still have the denominator as log 3. Of course, you know that you can write this as log 3 over log 3 plus log 5 over log 3. And of course, you know that log 3 over log 3 is equal to 1. And here we have log 5 over log 3. But applying our change of base formula, you know that we can write log 5 over log 3 as log to base 3 of 5. So D is equal to 1 plus log to base 3 of 5. Now, we go back to this substitution. We have that 1 plus log to base 3 of 5 is equal to 1 plus log to base 3 of x. Now, of course, when you compare the two sides of this equation, you will immediately see that x is equal to 5. So the value of x that satisfies this exponential equation is x equal to 5. Now, if you would like to check for the correctness of this answer, all you have to do is to remember that we originally calculated d, that is this, which is the exponent here, to be equal to log 15 divided by log 3. And of course, using our change of base formula, this can be written as log to base 3 of 15. Now, what you do is to substitute log to base 3 of 15 for d in this equation. And when you do that, you have 9 to the power log to base 3 of 15 minus 3 to the power log to base 3 of 15. Of course, we know that 9 is equal to 3 squared, so we have 3 squared to the power log to base 3 of 15 minus 3 to the power log to base 3 of 15. And of course, you know that we can interchange these two powers. When we do that, we have 3 to the power log to base 3 of 15 squared minus 3 to the power log to base 3 of 15. Now, remember that 3 to the power log to base 3 of 15 is simply equal to 15. Same thing happens here. So we have, in this case, 15 squared minus 15. And of course, 15 squared is equal to 225 minus 15. 225 minus 15 is equal to 210. And that is the same as the right-hand side of this equation. And with that, we come to the end of today's exercise. I hope you learned something new. If you enjoy such content, please subscribe to the channel. Leave us a like to support the channel. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.